bitch. You know, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind of an Terry Smooth. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And we're going to talk about why motherfuckers keep getting stuck on Earth. And you know what? Not only why, but how motherfuckers keep getting stuck on Earth. Because you know what? I know you come across a lot of different individuals, and it's all fine and dandy to learn and to be taught and to understand these things, but what the fuck good is knowing about something if you don't even know how it works for you in your life? Like, what the fuck is, what good is knowing and understanding something if you don't even know how the shit even manifests and take course in your life for you to even know if it's real or not? Like, what's the whole, so that's what the fuck my channel is about. Bringing 6th, 5th, and 4th dimensional aspects down to a 3rd dimensional perspective so y'all motherfuckers can understand it before you die. Because I care about y'all motherfucking spirits. So now we're going to talk about why and how motherfuckers keep getting stuck on Earth. Now, you know, there's always a few disclaimers that I got to break down so everybody can fully understand the full video. You know what I'm saying? Because without this disclaimer, without that conscious body, without that light body, without that light form, without that shape, without that spaceship, you won't be able to effectively travel through this astral travel being fully aware, aka this motherfucking video. So I like people to have a full understanding so when they get to the end, they can overstand. You know what I'm saying? And take it into their understanding and shit like that and all kind of shit. So let's break the disclaimers down. You have carnation, incarnation, reincarnation. Think about that. Build on that for a second while I like this motherfucking flight. You got carnation, incarnation, reincarnation. Now let's break it down, right? What is carnation? Now from a 4th, 5th, and 6th dimensional aspect, I like to look at it like this. It's a form of a seed, a flower. It's like a flower that I can create to go into to experience that realm of reality. Now if I was to break that down into your 3rd dimensional aspect, I would look at it like this. It's a creation of carbon, out of carbon. I had to say that for y'all 3rd dimensional aspect. But for the most part, I like to look at it we like to look at it from a 4th, 5th, and 6th dimensional aspect like a motherfucking flower, like a seed. You see what I'm saying? But for my 3rd dimensional people who are watching this, let's say a creation of a form of carbon. So that's carnation. And this is where you get the concept of being cremated. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when the carbon or the carnated version of something that you created has expired and it's time for it to transform. So you get the concepts of fire coming in from the spark, from the cardinal energy, it's sustaining itself from the fixed energy, and it's scattering, expiring, and transforming and scattering off with the mutable energy. But that's another video. Then you got incarnation. So if I said carnation was like a seed, a flower, or a creation of carbon that you have created, then incarnation is you as a spirit going into that carnation to experience that realm of reality. So that's incarnation. Then you got reincarnation. And this is where things get tricky because you got that big phrase RE in front of it. That's redoing something, a routine, reconstructing. You know what I'm saying? So that's a pattern. So RE, anytime RE in front of something, that's redoing something. So for the most part, this is reincarnation. So anybody with common sense can know what this one means. It means going into a shape and form or a flower or a seed that represent the same energy signature of the shape and form you have just left from. So it's going into something familiar, going into a shape or form or a carbon or a carnation that represent the same energy signature of the previous carnation. You see what I'm saying? So that's reincarnation. Now here's where things get fucked up at. Because y'all are in the 3rd dimension. So y'all get lost in 3s. Things happen in 3s. So y'all always getting 3rd party, 3rd string, 3rd hand-me-down, after the fact knowledge. So y'all take the 3rd aspect, the conscious realm, the energy realm, the non-physical to the physical realm, the solid realm, and y'all correlate all things with that. And y'all get lost into that realm and think everything is come from that piece. But I'm going to break it down for y'all so y'all can fully understand. So Y'all get so lost into the third aspect of things that y'all end up being into the same routine, same pattern, same rotation, same revolving, same planetary alignment, and you don't gain any more lines on your tree. Your tree stay in that same pattern, that same stump. Now, this is what I mean spiritually, so this is going to help everybody, even all my religious people out there, because I need y'all religious people to understand, you are not here to save me and my soul. Because before you even get there, you use a middleman and say, no, Jesus here to save your soul, and I'm just here being a disciple. No, I'm Archangel Uriel. I'm here to save your fucking soul. You ain't here to save shit. You here to tell me somebody else in your motherfucking head is your own self is motherfucking saving shit. So let's get that out the way first. All you religious motherfuckers, y'all shouldn't be sitting in y'all chairs right now saying Jesus saved his soul or whatever like that. I'm Archangel Uriel. I'm the one that's saving the motherfucking souls. And I save Jesus' goddamn soul. See what I'm saying? Now I don't know Jesus. I want to say that too. I don't know Jesus. So we want to get that disclaimer out the way up too. I don't know Jesus, and I'm Archangel Uriel. Now, reason why y'all get stuck in the third pattern of things, because here's why. This is how motherfuckers get stuck on earth and get stuck in this routine and pattern, right? Because you are not learning from your experiences. So now you are having a third dimensional experience right now. Now, what is everything in the third dimensional realm that you see? Look outside of yourself. You see animals. You see bugs. You see trees. You see all kind of shit that's carrying certain energy signatures. Now these energy signatures play out in many different realms of realities, many different dimensions, just in different ways, different alignments, different groups of lights. And depending on how high, low, or wherever position that you are in the astral realm, that's how you're going to perceive these energies. But right now you're in the third dimension. So you're perceiving them in an aspect of the best way you can with your third dimensional vessel that you are in as a spirit at the moment. So for the most part, when you start to cling on, start to resonate and get too emotionally attached to these third dimensional lights outside of you, these shapes and forms, energies and gases and concepts, then you get wrapped up into a pattern and a routine. Now here's what happens. Now this is what I mean by that, right? You might be next to a human, right? But they might act like a goddamn pig to the point that you call them a pig. This is a goddamn person who eat up every goddamn thing in the goddamn refrigerator, whether they're fat or not. They're carrying the energy signature of a spirit that like to be a motherfucking pig and eat up every goddamn thing that it sees. So that's a person who resonates with that energy. So if a person is not learning through that experience and they're just jumping in and diving into that energy, they're going to start having health problems. They're going to start seeing the bad aspects of that. Now when you carry on natures in this lifetime, that means you're doing shit that you're familiar with. You're doing shit that you resonate with. So 9 times out of 10 as a spirit, you might have just left that body. But you might have got smart enough being in that body amongst your family of pigs and stuff like that, and then you probably got hurdled by a human and got trained and got slaughtered by a human. So you didn't learn spaceships and consciousness on how to react to certain humans. So you done got so smart in the pig life that when you died, you was able to take the shape and form of a human. Now when you come here, you still share a lot of those traits and shit. So you still slaughter shit. You still a motherfucking pig. You still money hungry. You fucking business savage and things of that nature. But you're not correlating this energy to your spirit. How I'm trying to explain it from a 4th, 5th, and 6th dimensional aspect to you right now. And not just from a 3rd dimensional aspect of someone just calling you a pig, but you can look in the mirror and see that you're a fucking human. You see what I'm saying? Now I ain't none of these things. I ain't a human or none of that shit. So y'all need to get that consciousness program in y'all mind also and download that shit. But you ain't none of these things. You ain't even having no human experience. You having whatever the fuck experience you choose to have to. So get that in your mind and start developing that spaceship before you get the fuck up out of here. But I want to talk about the reincarnation and how it actually develops. So if you're not learning from your experiences and you start to realize all the detriments in your life from you being a motherfucking pig, and you're not learning and changing your life in some way, shape, or form before you die, that's the mental light you created for yourself. That's the light body you created for yourself. So when you die from this form and you didn't learn anything from this spiral pattern and routine, right? When you die, your spirit is gonna go into that light you created, and that light is gonna look like a motherfucking pig information. So you might just go right back into being a motherfucking pig because your ass couldn't learn how to detach from that shit when your ass got into a fucking human. The little pieces you detach from it to be a fucking human, you ain't learned no even better than that. So your ass might end up being a motherfucking pig again. Or a dumber ass human who even more piglistic. You see what I'm saying? So look in your everyday life. Look at the people around you. Who's the motherfucking leeches? Who's the snakes? Who's the sharks? God damn it, your parents is a lot of these goddamn things. You better start looking around you. Who's the dragon? Who's the sheep around you? You see what I'm saying? Who's the fucking sheep? Because you can just cut their fucking clothing off and make some new clothing for yourself, and these motherfuckers that keep coming around if you a fucking wolf. So this is not a right or wrong aspect type of scenario. This is, you need to understand your position and where you at. This is one of those type of scenarios. You see what I'm saying? Who's the fucking cows around you? Who act like a big old fucking cow, whether they fat or not? That's someone who's fucking lazy. Who's the cows around you? Start milking them motherfuckers. Get the motherfuckers up and make them motherfuckers useful for something. You see what I'm saying? Who's the fucking cows around you? Who's the roaches? Who's the vultures? Just like Jay-Z said, know how to move in a room full of vultures. You better know if you around some vultures or not. Who's the fucking egos? Egos is motherfuckers around you with big ass egos, so every time you around them, you feel like you gotta shade something off about yourself. Not express yourself because it may fuck something else. Fuck something up or something. Like, man, who's the fucking egos around you? You need to learn this shit. Because the more you participate with these people, the more that you're participating in some type of routine and pattern, and these motherfuckers is clinging on to the third dimension, so they come back here. A motherfucker who done got so lost in the third dimension. Let me tell you a little bit. Let me tell you a little something. I'm gonna break it down for you third dimensional motherfuckers and y'all logic ass motherfuckers. Motherfuckers who's super logical, super left brain, super reality based, they are examples of a motherfucker who have been here for so fucking long. I mean, they have died and got reborn into so many shapes and forms. They might have played every characteristic here. They done been here so long that they lost themselves. So the moment you bring up something about spirit or intuition or psyche or yin realm or knowing something from the inside, you lose them. They got a logical word for it. They got all kind of firmaments and blockages in their head to stop that rainbow water, aka imagination, from coming in. They got all kind of shit to block that shit. But they smart as hell though. They logical as hell. They make sense pertaining to what's in this realm of reality. Remind you, everything ain't from this realm of reality. That's why I can have an imagination and express it to y'all, and you can have a large amount of people be like, that don't make sense. You know why it don't make sense? It don't make sense because it don't correlate to this realm of reality. So it's an imagination from somewhere else. So you can't say it don't exist. It's just depending on how far out, what constellation or how far out in the astral realm it is going to be my ability and my willpower on how I can will it into this existence for it to make sense to y'all. AKA will it in for it to make sense or to be in this realm of reality. For an example, you may be a person, right, that grew up in a heavy religious family, right? And say that you do shit that's non-religious. So everybody in your family look at that shit like it don't make sense. Now, 9 times out of 10, a person is in some type of religion because they have learned it. And a lot of times out of 10, the reason why they cling on to it is because it promises something that they want and that they don't have and that they think that they need. So this religion gives them an aspect or a concept in their head of something that they don't have, and then it plays as the solution. So if you grew up in this family, right, and everything that you do in your life don't work, right? So, and you already not religious, they're going to look at you like you don't make sense. Say whatever you doing that's non-religious start making sense, right? It start making money. It start doing all kind of shit and this, that, and the third, right? All of this sudden, right, you done willed your imagination into this existence in some type of way so it can be a representation. So you got some type of shape and form of it. All of a sudden now, it is real. All of a sudden now, they willing to not judge. See, look, that judging programs come from the Jesus Christ program. So anybody who grew up in any type of religious text and then formulated some type of morality, they're carrying the judging program. You're not supposed to judge. So anytime a person is judging something, they're judging something that they do not understand. So Jesus truly did not understand a lot of things that was going on. This is why Jesus was judging and things of that nature. Or people was judging Jesus. However the story have went, I don't give a fuck. But that concept, Christianity concept, it came from that spirit. So that judging energy came from Christian and Christopher and Krishna and all that shit and Christianity shit. So that come from a spirit that didn't understand shit around it. So, you know, they say men and women is scared of what they do not understand. So the only reason you are in a situation that you are judging something is because you don't understand it. Now you probably looking at me like that don't make sense because you third brain and left brained and third dimensional. So let me take that fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension that I was just talking about and break it down from a third dimensional aspect so y'all can logically understand it. Say you got a family member, right? Now say you be judging all kind of shit around you, right? Now, say you're a person who don't like gays, right? Now, you judge gays all day. Now, say you get a family member that's gay, or you get a family member that's a drug dealer, right? All of a sudden, you set shit to aside. You set shit aside because you know them, right? You be like, I'm not going to judge them because that's family. Or I'm not going to judge them because that's my best friend, or that's my parent, or that's my child. Or I'm not going to judge them. So, you see what I'm saying? Reason why you're not judging them is because you understand them. If you got a best friend or if you got a family member, that leaves possibility and room open for you to understand their decisions in their life. So since you understand them, that discloses you from judging. So that's what the mechanism in your brain, you come up with conclusions to be like, oh, I'm not going to judge them. I'm not going to judge them because that's my family. You got preachers right now who kids totally disregard their religion, and the parent be like, okay, I'm not going to judge them because they coming from an understanding perspective. Otherwise, if it's some shit that they just truly don't understand, or it's somebody that's not close to them, they're going to be quick to fucking judge. So that judging program came from the Jesus Christ fucking shit, and it only come from people who choose not to understand something. Where everything in this world wouldn't even be here if it ain't had no form of understanding. If it wasn't under an alignment or something like that. So I'll be damn if it's something that come in my fucking understanding that I don't understand. Shit, and if I don't understand it, I'm going to wonder why I don't understand that shit. Because I'm under it. So I'm going to get an overstanding of that shit. So I can go over that hurdle every time that fucking underwell try to take me up like a shark underneath the goddamn water. You motherfuckers better get with this goddamn shit. This motherfucking shit is goddamn real. So when we talk about reincarnation and shit like that, you got people who cling on to the third dimensional concepts, ideas, religions, spiritualities, energy signatures. You got all kind of shit. You got motherfuckers who act so... Look at the motherfucking monks and shamans. 24 hours of their day go towards meditating. How the fuck is you creating any of your imagination? Because we all in the same scenario, so I don't know where you think you going. The only place you going is the imagination and the spaceship and the alignments that you putting on your mind, aka all these concepts and imaginations that you willing to believe in. That's the only fucking place you going. So all you monks and shamans who meditate 24 hours of the day, y'all not going nowhere but to a fucking dark place where your ass can't fucking move. And as a spirit, your ass gonna create a shape and form that look like it ain't a shape and form. And your ass gonna be stuck and wonder why you stuck in that motherfucking bottle so fucking long. You gonna create a catastrophic moment till your ass grasp for a fucking light. Then the light you look for gonna be so fucking small, you go into that, whatever realm of reality you go into, you a fucking weak ass vessel. You a fucking bug or something, or a tree, or a fucking rock. Can't fucking move in that realm of reality. Barely can move there. It's beings that can take one step that cross lands and continents before your little ass can get there. Take one of those fucking weak ass vessels. You motherfuckers better add some experience to your spirit and stop not experiencing shit. And for all you religious motherfuckers who think y'all going to heaven, that's fucking hell. You going somewhere that creates a routine and a pattern because your ass is scared to die. Death is nothing more but it's birth. So that ain't nothing more but transformation. Life and death, get that out of your mind. Whatever spirit taught you that, get that out of your mind. That ain't nothing more but transformation. So all you religious motherfuckers, y'all just scared to transform. And God don't get down like that. God love transforming. How the fuck you think you got all this fucking shit that you walking amongst today? From transformation. A form of life and death. A form of something being born. A form of something expiring. That's transformation. As spirits, y'all better quit fucking being scared to transform. Thinking you're going to go into another body that look like this. And be up under another man that look like man you looking today. And be up under that forever. The fuck is wrong with your ass? That's hell. Your spirit going to create a catastrophic moment in that instance. And be another fucking Lucifer. And go create your own imagination somewhere else again. And you the Lucifer of that whole world. Do you get it? You the Lucifer of your world you in now. Do you? Motherfucker! that's heaven. That's a spirit that's teaching you to keep your spirit in some type of routine and pattern so you can stay up under it. And it can reign supreme and reign in its seat and its authority, and you can never experience that kind of life. So whatever life you go into up under it is going to be a worshiping, slaving, sheep kind of life. You ain't going to never experience no royalty in your imagination that you're creating for yourself. Because you ran up under someone else's imagination creation. The motherfucker who wrote y'all Bible, who had his idea about what was going on with the motherfuckers who was writing shit about the motherfucker who didn't give a fuck about neither one of them motherfuckers. Shit, all the prophets y'all know went somewhere to themselves in their own secluded spot and got the word. Then they came out and told somebody about it. Then you got somebody writing about it from someone who was there, who not even a nigga or the bitch. Some nigga who was up the street at the time when it happened. Nigga was up the street, he wasn't even at the scene. He was up the street when it happened. Motherfucker. And then you getting your knowledge and you worship a nigga 300 years later talking about the story from the nigga up the street from the shit that happened. Motherfucker. Get out of hell. Get out of hell. Get out of this shit. Please. You know what I'm saying? So that's how motherfuckers keep getting stuck in this motherfucking hell and rotation and shit. So all you religious people, y'all heaven ain't nothing else but you dying, coming right back here, experiencing a longer extinction, a longer yang period, a longer vessel, a longer time period within this motherfucking hell. Do you understand? But you want to go preach the word and want everybody else to participate in that. Motherfucker, not the Archangel Uriel, his soul group. Motherfucker, not that shit. What the fuck? Y'all stay lost.